Wonderful. Welcome to another session of Jeff Talks About Things. Today we're just going to be talking about mental health. As per usual, it's the last Sunday of the month and coincidentally the last Sunday of the year. So I was going to go over a subject of addiction today, but I think I'm going to take a pass on it for now. And I think what I'm just going to do is talk about New Year's resolutions and things that go along with that. So it's important to remember that you are valued. People value you. You should value yourself as well. It's very important. So around this time, people will say, my New Year's resolution is to stop eating red meat. It was all just saying, stop doing X, stop doing Y, start doing Z, start doing A. So, okay. And sometimes people with anxiety and depression and all these things, we set out these goals that are unobtainable. Just that simple. But we set them out anyway, okay? We set them out because we think we're going to be able to do them, because we think it'll give us hope, joy for next year or whatever, right? Like, because it sets us for goals. One of the biggest things in mental health and behavioral health is baby steps. A lot of us forget that because we just want to get better and we just want to be better and we just want to be healthy and we just want to be what we think we're supposed to be right now. So we set out goals, and sometimes these goals are escalated to the point of no human being could ever do this. What are you thinking? But we forget all that because we're so excited about these goals and we're so excited about the new year and how that will shape and change us. We forget the reality of things. So I'm going to go over a little bit of advice, I guess. It's the worst kind of advice there is advice. And you can see the reflection of the screen. And it's okay. Well, it's professionalism. The first thing is an obtainable goal. So, like, if your goal is, I'm going to lose weight, and you assign a number to it, like, my goal is to lose some weight next year, a lot of weight. But I didn't assign a number to it. I just want to lose weight so that I can not be out of breath doing everything. Don't be like, I'm going to lose 200 pounds by the month of January, or by the month of June. Don't do that. You're just going to set yourself up for failure. Okay, so just obtainable, reachable goals. That way you're not disappointed when they don't happen, and you're not lying to yourself either. A good thing about mental health and behavioral health is that you have to be truthful with yourself at all times. You can't deny things like, well, you did that because you didn't care about the after effects. Well, no, I didn't think about it. Everyone that does anything under the guise of a mental health situation, things like that, we all know the consequences of it. I know the consequences of it. I've done it before in the past too. It's not a good time. You feel like shit afterwards. The people that you're with feel like shit because they know that you lied to them. So, be truthful to yourself and be truthful to others. Obtainable, reachable goals. That's what your New Year's resolution should be. Trim the fat. So 2020 has basically been a giant dumpster fire when it comes to relationships, jobs, everything in the world. We've had to cut out people from our life. We've had to add people to our life in what limited way that we can. Next year, sometime, somewhere, a person that you cut out of your life will come back and be like, well, I'm really sorry about what happened. And, but the reason that you cut them out of your life in the first place is because they were toxic. It's because they were hurting you, because they were hurting themselves. And you couldn't help them. And that's the biggest problem with being a caregiver in any sense of the word, is that you want to take care of people and you want to help them and you want to do all that. And for some reason, my eye is really irritating me. So, and you'll be tempted. I was tempted this year. Somebody came back into my life and broad strokes, they had something going on. I was like, okay, well, good luck with that. And then they proceeded to condescend towards me. And I was like, well, been a nice yearly chat. Go fuck yourself. So keep that in mind. You cut that person out for a reason. And they might have grown and they might have changed all this and blah, blah, blah. And all this other shit. But really, they were cut out for a reason. You know, seriously look at the situation and seriously look at your friendship, relationship with this person and think to yourself, is this worth me having them back in my life? Chances are your answer is going to be no. You can hope and everything else, and you can wish that these people are good and they've changed and life is better for them. But just do your best. Just use your best judgment. You got rid of them for a reason. The third thing is take it slow. When you're making all these resolutions and you're recounting with friends or people that you've lost in contact with, don't jump right in and be like, hey, it's your boy, I'm here. Don't do that. Take it slow. Get to know them just a little bit more. Get to know yourself a little bit more, too. I know that being in social situations with a big group of friends, hopefully this vaccine and everything else that's going on right now with COVID works and we can start gathering soon, but really it's probably not going to happen until June or July if I'm being 100%. You know, you don't have to jump right back into a social circle. You can limit yourself and limit how much time you have with people and just stay healthy about it, you know. People with depression and people with anxiety and things like that, we look for things that we can become addicted to. And sometimes as a social circle, those are people that we can speak with, be with, hang out with, whatever, okay? And so when that social engagement doesn't go well and you are not happy about it, you automatically think that it's your fault. And then it's this or it's that. And sometimes it might be. You have to examine that thoroughly or talk to a friend that you trust and be like, hey, what happened here? They'll tell you. You might not like the answer. Just keep that in mind. There's going to be a lot of hard things that you're going to have to face. And you're going to have to face those facts on your own because that's just how it is. You know, we've all become a little socially recluse. Zoom meetings, online gaming, things like that have helped to a degree for some people. But once again, social interaction face-to-face with other people in the room, it's going to be difficult starting out. So you're going to have to remember that. And nobody's going to hold it against you if you don't, jump right in both feet first, okay? Number 4. New year, new you. That's not always the case. We go in thinking to a new year, this is my year. This is how I'm going to do all these things and become this better person. You know, you can set, like I said earlier, you can set those goals. But if they're not obtainable and they're not easily reached and gathered, you're going to just disappoint yourself. Maybe not new you, but maybe new way of doing things or new way of approaching things or just something along those lines. A change is somewhat necessary. Not mandatory, but necessary. There's a difference there. And just keep that in mind. Nothing crazy, I know. The last topic we're going to talk about is old hobbies. Sometimes when New Year comes along, we think that we can jump right back into what we used to do and things like that. So like if you were a paintballer or you gathered with friends to play Magic or you did whatever, okay? You've gone through a lot of changes in 2020, and like I said, baby steps. You know, it might not be everything you want it to be. And there might be some resentment there. And it might show through. don't really have a lot more to go over, but I hope everybody has a happy new year. See you all next year. Once again, thank you for joining me that did join me. Have a great night and appreciate your support.